Hey, it's a stream. A racing stream. A slip stream. That's a racing thing, right? Vroom, vroom, vroom. Makes my heart go boom, boom. That's zoom, 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 which is also the Mazda thing. Let's play a video game, how about? We have a lot of games to play today. A whole lot of racing to do. Starting with Race 500 for the Atari 2600, released in 1977. Yeah, it's a whole racing stream today. We're going to start with old games. We're going to work up to modern games. It's not going to be like, these are the most significant racing games, or these are my favorite games, or here's a through line through a set of games. It's going to be, this is some stuff I have on my Nintendo Switch. Don't think about it too much. All right, point in the direction you want to drive. Let's go. The game. Oh, okay. B, not A, to accelerate. So this must be two-player only. And, ooh, okay. I was really thinking controls would be go left, go right. That's usually how these old top-down games are. But no, it explained it very clearly at the top. Point in the direction you want to go. Ah, maybe don't crash as much as I crash. The audio makes me feel like I really do have hornets in my ears. They don't love it there. They're stinging a lot, which is why the hornet sounds are so distorted. I'm getting the hang of this, though. I'm getting the feel for it. This would probably be fun with a second person. Because it is really simple, but, like, we can crash into each other, right? Yeah, so vying for the lanes, and it moves fast enough. All Atari 2600 games go at 60 hertz. Televisions at the time maxed out at 60 hertz, so it really couldn't be any more responsive. No frame buffer like you get on a modern computer. Wow, this is a lot of laps. Okay, are there... Okay, we get some different tracks. We crash and score. I don't see where player 2. We can make it so one player is fast, one player is slow. Oh, and they have names too. Race driver, Devil's Elbow. Time trial, one player. Okay, let's try that out. We could play it in black and white, but we won't. And do we? Oh. No, I messed everything up. Be back to Devil's Elbow, please. Oh, up makes the number lower, down makes the number bigger. Or higher. 25 laps, that's so many laps. One player, 60-second time trial. Ooh, and I can change. Man, I'm fast. See how it goes. Is indeed fast. Okay, this actually feels really good. I don't know how good it would feel with a genuine Atari 2600 joystick. Those things are so stiff. A Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. I dig it. Okay, so I guess it's just how many laps can you complete in this time limit, then write it down in your notebook. Try to beat your best score another time, or hand the controller off to a friend. Well, we're not going to be ranking or scoring games or anything like that today, but if we were, that one would be winning so far. This is, I'm playing through Atari 50, is that what it's called? Atari 50, the anniversary celebration. So like these come with manuals, read every little detail about how the game works. And then they also have a whole coffee book table, museum mode type of thing. If you have any interest in game history, would highly recommend this, and presumably the other games that Digital Eclipse puts out like this. They have the Karateka game and the Tetris Forever and Dave Minter thing. And like, yeah, really cool stuff. I have not played any of the other ones though, but this one is amazing. All right, Sprint 8. You can see for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players simultaneously. We're going to be playing one player. Point in the direction you want to drive. 8 seconds to gameplay. Hold on now. Controls. Accelerate B, high gear, low gear. All right. And oh, there's even multiple tracks. Interesting. I should probably be using analog controls for this as well, since we know that it is a steering wheel game. Probably supports some finer movement. Try that again. Not selecting different tracks. Oh, wait, there we go. Sure. They're all about the same to me. Why not? Okay, so this time I know I need to shift up, shift down. Or is it hold? Ah. Oh, down, down, down. Up, up. If I had an actual gear shift controller, I'm sure this would be a... Oh, look at that. You do actually see high, low, high, low. Need to close my blinds because there is a lot of glare on my TV screen. It's making this very difficult to see. 15, 16. Ah. This is like mildly entertaining as a single player game. 8 players flipping around a steering wheel and slamming their feet on brakes and gas. And that switch up and down. I bet if you can get that going, this is actually kind of cool. All right, one thing out of curiosity, and then we'll move on to the next game. Yeah, I was just curious if we could do a left-right instead of point in the direction where you want to go. Disappointing that you can't. But it's fine, it works. If switch settings. Oh, look at that. You can even races, long races. do you want to do? Neato. All right, this is all three of the, oh no, that's the game I just played, right? I have it sorted by recently played, so each time I play one, it's going to become the first one, and the one that I just played is going to become second. It'd be nice if they had a better organization system, if you could make folders or something in this software. But it's all right. We're still in 77. We got Superbug. Okay, so I see right away that I have gear shifting in this as well. First gear, second gear. Oh, let me get the blind so I can actually see the thing. And a sip of a drink while I'm on. Okay, I can see, so that helps. I don't know if these are default controls or if I played every game in this collection except for like one or two that you have to meet special conditions to unlock, which is goofy but kind of fun that they threw in a couple of little bonuses because almost everything else it's up front or it's DLC. Not the point. So I played all of these, but there are so many games in this collection that I absolutely do not remember all the finer points of all of them. Accelerate, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Like, how cool is that? Looking at the flyers that you operated an arcade or a business that had arcade games. Excuse me. In Germany. You would have gotten that. And somebody held on to it all these years and they scanned it in and put it on a tiny little Nintendo Switch cartridge. All right, start. Oh, right. First gear. Second gear. Third gear. I like that the graphics are primitive enough that oil has to be labeled oil. Oh, this one is relative controls. Left and right. I like it. It's an adjustment after last two games, though. Crunch! So what you're seeing with my car being yellow and this kind of burst around me also being yellow, everything else being white or black, is that this was on a black and white monitor, and then they just put some transparent yellow cellophane beneath the glass. And so if you were playing this on an actual arcade, like you could move your head around and in physical space and see that little bit of depth to it. Fourth gear is so dangerous. This is really neat. I like this a lot. I'm fairly certain that Night Driver is not in this collection. That's an Atari game, isn't it? Atari developed, Atari published, Atari manufactured. That's one of my favorite arcade games because it is... Like, people talk about Haunted House being origins of survival horror. No. Night Driver is survival horror. It is absolutely terrifying. It is so exhilarating to play. But we will not be seeing it today, and that's a shame. Oh, 1 year later, 1978, it's Fire Truck. Featuring 2 steering wheels, co-op. The first cooperative arcade game? I wonder how much research went into that, if they can verify that. I certainly couldn't tell you. Excuse me. My Crohn's disease is real bad right now, so, and I'm drinking a carbonated beverage because that's what I had on hand. So apologies for being gassy. But I don't have to apologize to you for having chronic illness. This is who I am. Deal with it. Anyway, this game is like Chris Kohler worked on this. Dude knows everything and researches obsessively, and he is but one of the incredible historians who worked on this project. So when they make a statement, I imagine that there is research behind it, some research behind it, but also this is such a broad overview of so many games that I wouldn't necessarily take it all as... Sorry. 4-0. Sorry. All right. So I am... just playing single player, I guess. Oh, we have an easy track too. Oh, right. Okay, so those are the buttons for play single player, play player. I think it'd be cute if you could just do like single player, 2-player, let the right analog stick work without having to set it up as a second controller. But alas, at least in the default settings, that's not how it is. This is another black and white game. It might be reasonable to expect a red fire engine, but with the way these two parts of the car whip all around, well, vehicle, you just have to cover such a broad area and it would end up looking really strange. So they made the right move to stick with just black and white. But it is a little less visually interesting. I like the weird architecture on all their houses. The variety of foliage. And yeah, like just that the thing is rotating around. Not rotation like mathematical sprite rotation. Can't turn now because I'm too close to the edge. There's no gear switching in this. Fuel 9. Is fuel purely a timer, or is there something I can do to restore fuel? Seems like oil slicks can be used to player's advantage, perhaps. Yeah, that seems like purely an arcade novelty. Like, check it out. You're controlling two different parts of this vehicle, two different steering wheels. Removed from that context. At least I'm an ace. I'm not sorry. Dodge him. This is a game I know. And I am at it. Let's check our variations here. Not a lot of variations, huh? All right. Oh, random start position, but they're slow. Single player. This is... There's something to like about this game, but there's a lot to hate about it. So it's Pac-Man, right? I'm collecting all the dots. I've already lost. That's a complete game over. collect all the dots, which I'm calling them dots because it's about the same size and proportions as a dot in Atari Pac-Man. Instead of ghosts, it's just this one car. And the car's only objective is to crash into you. I can go regular speed or I can go fast. I can change lanes. And then I die a lot. We'll try one more time. Yeah. I want to time my lane changes so that... I guess if you're buying an Atari 2600 game, going out and spending $30 on that in the year 1980, made up that price, but that might possibly be accurate. And then throw in inflation, like that is a full price AAA game, maybe even get a little DLC today. You can spend a lot of time getting better at that, learning the ins and outs of it. I don't want to, but at least there's something there to keep you going. Not gonna finish it in a day. All right, this game. Jump in. This is not a car racing game, but I'm on top. So I set how high I want to jump by pressing left and right, and it moves my little yellow bar. Oops. This will be a medium jump. Oh, should have gone for the long. Ah. Long jump. Long, ooh. Quick jump. Quick jump. Quick jump. So every time you hit an obstacle, you fall back. When you run well, you start moving to the right. Ah, I'm pressing the wrong direction. My problem. You can take safe jumps and not fall behind. You're playing against a player who's a little more skillful, a little more daring. It's not going to be a very effective strategy. Against the CPU players, it looks like if I do a high jump every time, I'll pull into the lead pretty easily. Just barely clip my feet on the back of a block. Doesn't do as much as if I run straight into it. So, yeah. Hey, there we go. First place. Uniform hurdles, good computer skill, excellent computer skill, random hurdles. I don't think we're going to play this to the end, but let's just see what it's about. Yeah, so it's not like it's really any more fun to play. I just am losing. If I care about winning, I'll have to get better. Hey, hello, Pepperoni Pizzaman. Yes, I also don't know how we know each other, but welcome. We're up to the year 1981. We started in 1977, going through the racing games on Atari 50, the 50th anniversary collection. Now we're on Atari 7800, I want to say. Start a new game. Ah, whoa. And we are indeed racing. Should probably check the controls for this, but now we're just racing. Good. I wasn't sure if that was going to be a good thing or if it was going to be my death. Oil increased. So I'm not doing that much in this game, but it looks like it's going very quickly. Rapid color blocks on the road. Ah. Yeah, take that, maybe. I don't... Was that good? Was that bad? Oh! Back on the road, back on the road! I'm pressing up. Does that make me go faster? I want to say that, like, having cars ram you from the back is good, but it's been too long since I've played this. I've never put that much time into it. That music is, well, it's very generous to call that music. Oh, okay, I have different tools down there, I guess. Did I just drop some spike traps? Guess that's for when guys are around me. Guns? Useful. Okay, yeah. This is fairly neat. I need to check the year on this and see where it is in the... Oh, it even tells me down at the bottom. It has a little scroll that says oil. Machine gun. Gotcha. This is so much more advanced than anything else I've played yet today. And it's also kind of dull. Not bad. Just moderately dull. Just a lot of these expanses where I'm going straight and there is no one around me. Oh, did I just reset? I was pressing every button to see if I was missing anything else. Fatal Run. Drive for your life. The year is 2089. All right. That's enough of that version of Fatal Run, because now it's from 1990. Yeah, okay. That is an underwhelming 1990 game. Not bad, not a disaster, nothing like that, but now this game, listen to those sick beats. A console where the vast majority of its library has no music whatsoever, or maybe like just a tiny little jingle, and you win or lose or something. And they put all of that nonsense in there. And it has a demo mode. Okay. No demo mode. Let's play for real. Set game. Let's reset. Oh, there we go. Fatal Run. Programmed by Steve Aguirre. Your mission is to drive to each city, delivering the much-needed medication to save the people. Then launch the rocket to save the world. Okay, I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing up. Why am I such a pokey little puppy here? That's a pause screen. Oh, I remapped the controls. Okay. Okay. Look how fast this is, and it has a pause, and you can continue a game, and it has credits and instructions in the game. Just a ridiculous thing. In 1990. Weird that new Atari 2600 games were coming out at all. But they were. In 1989. It did say copyright 1989 on it, and then it said 1990 outside of the game, so it was completed, and then they didn't start selling it until January or something. I don't know. At any rate, I am dead. Game over! Game over! Game over! Moto Rodeo. 2-player split screen racer. I want to be a truck or a blazer. Laser tracks. All these skills I could practice. I'm just gonna jump right into easy and hope for the best. So my first question, am I actually doing anything? Because it seems like top and bottom are both doing of the game very. I am impressed and confused. What am I seeing here? Nitro is up, wheelie is down, spin left is left, accelerate. Okay, so most of the time I really shouldn't be pressing anything except for accelerate. Let's try truck tires. Okay, I actually feel like I'm in control now, so that's something. Look at that, I left a little dent in that car. Am I getting points if I do flips? Let's try a flip here. Oh, nope, did not have speed for a flip. Try it again on this one. Don't land on your back. Well, this is sort of neat. The same year, you could be playing Super Mario Bros. 3 in America. In Japan, it had already been out for, what, a year or two? Those noises are atrocious. What's next? Oh, we're making a big jump up. It's only 4 years later, but now we're on the Jag. Boom, boom, boom. This is the music of the mid-90s. Hot Island Jams. Want to go... Start off in San Francisco. It just seems like a very normal place for a racing game. And then we'll get into the weird stuff. Engines. Oh, we want some noise. Speed. Start it on slow and maybe try fast later. Brake it forward, reverse. Collect the power balls. Oh, I can change. How about, there we go. There's San Francisco. Beautiful. Like I'm really there. So this is not necessarily a racing game. This is kind of an open world-y game. And this cacophonous mess of a soundtrack. Does it slow down when there's too much on screen, or is that just the composition of it? Hey, a Powerball. I want that. All right. I had no idea that this game existed in 1994, but I can tell you with some confidence, if I'd encountered it, I would have been into it. I would have thought like, oh, this is really advanced and cool. I'm just bad at it. I need to change something. It's not quite running correctly, but look at this big space. They must have made a really advanced, good, cool game here. It's not the way. All right, I need to get up. Really hard to tell from my mini-map what is on the top level and what's on ground level. Impossible even, maybe. Oh. Flat, brown wall. No light, no texture. Does seem to be going top, bottom, so... Yeah, there we go. Let's try a different view. Yeah, that's the good one. We're driving now. All right. Nope. There it is. What's that other car doing? Imagine spending hundreds of dollars so you could play this. Oh no! I have a timer that's going up. Is it counting towards something? Does it end when I get a certain number of power balls? I guess my little meter over there is slowly filling. All right, we can't really sort our depth on that. I'm close enough to the end. I'm going to finish this stage. I'm not going to enjoy it. Is that car going for the Powerball? Are we competing with each other? Oh, 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 it's so close. Game over! My rank is tour guide. Aw. Great. A. S, and that's all. I'm so much better than ATC. Ep, get out of here with that time. Did I just start a new game? Or nope, nope. All right. We're good, Club Drive. No thanks. And that's the end of my recently played. Let's see, is there anything else here that fits today's theme, or shall we move on from Atari? There are so many games in this collection, and a lot of them are really, really good. And a lot of them are bad but interesting. That might be the majority, honestly. I don't know. Some of them are boring and bad. But as part of the story of Atari and video games in general. Plus there's stuff like Ninja Golf. Ninja Golf is a masterpiece. It's a golf game, but as you walk to your ball... Hey, Ben, hello. I missed you in there. Hello. You also have to do ninja stuff and get into fights and things. That's really what I should be playing. But today's theme, racing. There's no time for Cybermorph today. There's a racing game. Great. Good. The requisite kart racer of the mid-90s. From your friends at Miracle Designs. Makers of this. Options. Ms. Tress. Bentley Bear. My boy from Crystal Castles. Gotta be Bentley Bear. Oregus Cup. We'll go easy. Assume top of the list is easy. Very glad there's a Cybermorph emoticon. Oh, oh. Not expect the accelerate button to be that button. We will be taking a look at some Mario Kart pretty shortly, I think. Compared to where Mario Kart was in 1994 or 1995, which at that time, that's still the top kart racer, like original Super Nintendo Super Mario Kart. I don't think there was a kart racer better than that. This looks and feels a lot better. Just that smooth frame rate. Not really anything else that it's doing that is on the level or more interesting than Mario Kart. But smooth movement, it goes a long way. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna check my controls real fast. Sharp left, sharp right, bonus. All right, that's much what I was pressing. Finished. Paused. Finished. Results. Player 1, that's me. Number 1. Standings. Armageddon, you might as well drop out. Where did you learn to drive? Oh. I was thinking Mario Kart and tried to press the sharp turn button. I did the sharp turn in the wrong direction button. Gonna go in that puddle. Those rocks are a lot more rocky than they looked. The flat bitmap terrain has some pretty severe limitations. Hey, oh, you can just drive right over that. All right, way better than Club Drive, and even holds its own alongside Mario Kart and Scunny Kart and whatever other karts were out there at the time. Yeah, that's competent. That's not great. I don't think you'd be like, wow, I was right to buy this Atari Jaguar. But that's okay. How many races in a cup at the end? It's like 5 races I don't care about getting my trophy, but we're nearly there. Eek. Trying to remember, like Super Mario Kart, really not my game. But there was some personality in that, right? Oh, there we go. I can turn on the music also. That helps. I'm very excited about Bentley Bear being in this game, but outside of that, this is just like, oh, you know what? There's actually a little bit of elevation in this, isn't there? It's going up and down a little bit. That is something. Eek. Spun out. But like my power-ups, pretty dull. The environments, I'm not going through volcano castles or candy-colored raceways. Competent. A beach by a city. Yeah, it just looks like a beach by a city. Perfectly adequate. Right, that's going to do it for Atari 50. We now move on to the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now this is a system that Nintendo put out that is, I guess it's a matter of opinion, but I find it quite entertaining in many cases. Make a blanket statement, but overall, I've streamed this game before. I expect most people have. You like old games, you've probably encountered this. Yeah, I keep saying it. Atari 50, awesome, awesome collection. And like, I spent more time just reading things and looking at things than I did even playing the games, and I still go back and play those games pretty often. Any of the Digital Eclipse, coffee table, retrospective, whatever things. Stuff rules. And then this is maybe a better game than anything we just played. It's familiar now. Where's the excitement in that? Let's do one quick mode B, selection B. Oh. Pick a different track. Track 5, why not? Back on that bike. A steep increase in difficulty. So this looks like a race, like I'm racing against other players, but they are actually just obstacles. It is entirely a time trial. There is no multiplayer in this game. Just about picking your lane and lining up your angles and managing your engine temperature. You have regular acceleration, which doesn't increase your temperature much, and that, or does it increase it at all? I'd even drop it. And then high gear, which makes it heat up, and if it heats up all the way, then that's bad. And if you crash, that's bad. If you hit the arrows, your temp goes down. They hit the back of your bike, no problem. If you hit them with the front, big problem. So I needed minute 14 just to get third place. Not even close. And then, in Japan only, for the Famicom Disk System, is Versus Excitebike. What if 2 could play? Loading. One round. Feed this into AI, see if we can add some apes to it. I was expecting to be on the top. I'm on the bottom. Using. These are different sprites, aren't they? So, wow, look at that, he's so excited. Yeah, they added a lot to this. I mean, it's still exactly that game, but And because it's on a disk, you can read and write. The original Excite, like Mama used to excite. It feels like when you, when I change lanes, there's a little more happening in those angles. It's not drastically different from the first game, but I think it might be slightly altered. Ooh. I'm number one. I'm number one. All right, maybe that's exactly the same. Maybe I'm making things up. Very quickly. Okay. That's identical, isn't it? Undue praise. This is not a racing game, but it is a driving game, and so it counts. This is a maze game, actually. A maze platformer. A little shooting in it, too. Shooting cops, shooting cops. Knocking them around. Oh, I didn't shoot that cop. Now I am hearts. Hitting the edges is a pain. Okay, so you have to... There's some weird nuance to this. It takes a while to kind of build up your jump. You have to wait until you do your wheelie, I think. And then it still takes another second after holding the button. And if you want to go up, you need to hold up while you jump. I love a jumping car. I love a platformer. I love a Pac-Man. I do not love City Connection, never have. Oh, and shooting cops, naturally. With a camera, I mean. I don't know. I am kidding. I absolutely 100% emphatically oppose guns altogether. I wish my horrible country would repeal the Second Amendment. But, all that said, I did watch that video yesterday of, look at that anime man and his cigarette. Of, that exchange, or that international student in Massachusetts getting kidnapped by plainclothes police, or claiming to be police or FBI. Whatever they were. Not showing any identification. Stalking her at her home for days, so yeah. I'm never feeling very good about... Oh, don't hit cats. I'm especially not feeling good about cops right now. Is there a City Connection sequel that feels good? Or is like the arcade version what I want it to be? There's absolutely something here. This particular version doesn't do it for me. One player normal. If there's one thing I get from this title screen, normal is it. We'll go one player normal. My Groovy Guru vibes help my boat skim the waves. So long, unenlightened one. Aquarius Rex. Yeah, we hate that hippie. We're gonna kill him in a boat duel. Ah. This is very much a game I do not know well. Is it good for me when I bounce on an alligator or a crocodile or... There's a goofy ambition to this that I appreciate. All the mode switching. It's holding my attention. I only got $15,000 for my boat race. Here my damage. And... Continue to repair any damage. All I can afford. Oh, I'll start. Fine, $2,000. Why are you so much faster than me? Your boat better? So cool just because you have an N. I have a money. The woman screaming for help in the water. Do I help her, or would touching her with my boat make her dead? I did so much better at the slalom than this guy, and your life aligned. Game over. That was worth it just for that. What an odd game. We need to look at that cover up close. What a very strange color scheme. Good job, Electro Brain. RC Pro-Am. This is a game. I had a neighbor, friend, and a neighbor, over the same person, who had this, and I played an okay amount of it. This is one of Rare's better NES games out of the 70 or whatever they made. Oh, there was a City Connection sequel for Japanese phones in 2004. Oh. So this is building on the traditional top-down and isometric racing games, which I guess you saw a lot of behind-the-back stuff or side-scrolling stuff on NES, but this is still pretty viable in these days. It wasn't necessarily seen as like a retro throwback. Second place. I didn't even get to cross the finish line. It was in second when the first player lost the... Oh. So you get power-ups across races, and they accumulate and matters maybe as much as your placement? I don't know. I want to say this had a sequel on NES even. This just has a really good sense of speed. There's a lot of... The pacing, not just the speed of the vehicles, which is quite good. But the pace with which you get in and out of laps, rounds, whatever. I'm so far behind. And I missed the boost again, and so that's a death sentence. I am not learning from my mistakes. Third qualifies. That bronze. My tires are super sticky. Eee. Big problem with this game, and I don't know what you do about it on this hardware, is just that it's so zoomed in. It's you can't see what's coming. It didn't have like any kind of... I guess there is a map, you can anticipate the curves. But you could play it again and again until you learn where the power-ups are going to be. Yeah, it's a good game. It is of its time. It is not necessarily for me, but it has 32 tracks of racing thrills. That's pretty cool. Wait, this is 98 and Pro-Am. All right, so this is pseudo sequel, but now we're on the water. But also, this is not entirely a racing game. This is a weirdo game. I did not play this in the days when NES was viable. I don't think I ever played this until it came to Nintendo Switch Online. Race to the finish. Yeah, it's sometimes a racing game. Much slower than RC Pro-Am. Oh, RC! They were remote control cars. That's why they had a little antenna on the top. That's cute. Oh, I guess I could have gone left or right there. I thought I was going the wrong way. Yeah, so this game has sharks and guns. Everyone wants you dead. Unless you do a little flip when you cross the line, I guess. It's slower though, the sprites... I don't know if they actually are smaller, but they feel a little smaller. The rivers are a little narrower. Alright, so this time I'm not racing, I have to... What is it? I pick up a mine and then deliver it to the base before it gets stolen. Eat. You jerk face. The way that you maneuver to get around this, like, you're just hitting the side, you're not hitting the mine. Haha, sucker. Feels nice. Pretty cool. Oh, and I have like shooter style power-ups, it looks like. I can cash in when I'm ready. Oh, I went all the way around though. Speed. Let's get some speed. Or some force. Give me that speed. Don't hit the electric spot. I feel like an actual motorboat going over a ramp would slow down and not speed up. But since this is a video game, I want to believe that hitting ramps is good. No, hey, no. Give me back my people. Let my people go. Oh, this is a massacre. Just instant. No men left. No men left. All my men gone. See, now this is a game that belongs on the blockchain. Yeah. Oh, I'm turbo. What you gonna do? Oh, that changes things. I have gun. No men left! 2 lives. Didn't know I could turn to violence. Oof. Alright, I have 1 life left. I'm gonna give it a try. Guard the people! Get out of... When you think about it, as long as 1 remains, fine. I don't need to protect 8, I need to protect 1. I don't know if I should be discussing my war plan in an unsecure line like this, but it's probably fine. Fist emoji. American flag emoji. Actually, these sad little men would be a good Twitch chat icon. Remote or whatever we call them here. Wow! So close to death, but I didn't. I fly away. 1 man safe. Fry the monster! This game is so weird. Fry, monster! You don't belong in this world! I feel like this monster is more likely to fry me. Ah, we're good. That's Cobra Triangle. A Mach Rider. Enjoy the song, because this music is the best part of Mach Rider. Wait, no, it's the music that plays when you're playing, isn't it? That's the good stuff. In the year 2112, the Earth has been invaded by evil forces. Journey to neighboring sectors, destroying invaders. You are Mach Rider! Exclamation point outside of the quotation marks. This was pretty early. This was like a black box game, right? I'm gonna say this might even be a Square game? I almost called them Square Enix, but they very much were not these days. This is probably better than something like Knight Rider, based on the TV show, which was a game that I owned on cartridge and then sold to FuncoLand for 50 cents or something because I hated it. I am Mach Rider. But like, it's just, this is so chunky and garish and everything warps around in a weird way, so you can't really tell what's coming up. But man, hot jams. And I like anytime a sprite explodes into its individual components. Oh, I can... Look at that, I have gears. I didn't realize. The end. Nah, I'm good on Mach Rider. That's our NES portion of the program. Let's move along to the superior Nintendo Entertainment System. Actually, I like NES a lot better than Super NES overall. Individual Super NES games are fantastic. Is this one of them? Let's find out. December 29th, Paris. Start. December 30, 31, Jan 1st. Say traveled by ferry. What? Welcome to Adventure World. You are a Wild and Challenger. I was gonna do a Wild and Crazy Guys thing there, and then I started it too late, and then got thrown off by how Wild and Crazy Guys and Wild Challenger don't have the same cadence at all. My navigator shall be that one. My support. I need your support, thanks. And you shall be my mechanic. Let's shop. I have a lot of money. Oh, I don't really need 2 engines probably, but I have them. Sure. Start game. Tripoli games. Oh no. Very slow. High gear. Yeah, this does not feel good. Ah. But the two gear system and having up and down, that's very readable. It's very intuitive. But they should have done something to get this frame rate a little higher, because this is... Once I start hitting winding tracks or tracks with obstacles, or this feels kind of bad. Ah. Yeah, like with the very limited draw distance and the way things in the distance only update sporadically, like even slower than the rest of the world, or the rest of the game frame. Getting around those cars is an unnecessary pain. I reached my goal. Let's try one more race on this, but I don't want to play more of it. Okay, little jumps, that's sort of cute. The way that these bushes and rocks, when they're off the road during certain frames, will be on the road, makes it impossible to judge which rocks are actually on the road. And I am very glad that they attempted to add some terrain, but these ups and downs, oof, I'm in trouble. And I have my tire light, which seems bad. Oh, my tire is now red. Fading out. Losing consciousness. Oh, no, it's just nighttime. That's very mean, and I like that. The cruelty is the thing that might turn me around on this game. Oh, I need to... Oh no, my engine's dead. And emergency. Here we go. Am I... Back to the race. That's... yeah, the cruelty is the thing that I like in this game. I like that you could just crash and you have to deal with that and carry on with the race. That's a cute thing that I very rarely see in any racing games, old ones or new ones. There's something to that. Cheap viewers. Like, you'll see driving games where there's a time transition, particularly once we move into polygons rather than sprite-based games. But yeah, having the difference be that drastic, that much diminished visibility, that's neat. I wish the racing itself were good. 'Cause I don't like anything about how the driving looks or feels. Push B. I'm gonna be Donkey Kong Jr. I don't have any particular attachment to heavy characters. I don't have like a main in this game. I just really like that DK Jr. got a moment. He's so often overlooked. I already got through the Mushroom Cup. We'll go straight to Flower. I always forget that this game doesn't have single player full screen. Yeah, I don't think this is my weight class. That 3 means I'm in 3rd place, 2nd place, 3rd place. So this is just a bunch of mud. But there is intention and personality here. Those bright colors all around, that's great. It's super low resolution, but there's a high enough contrast between off-road and on-road that you know what you're getting. I would think that if you have no familiarity with Super Mario Brothers or with Mario Kart specifically, a lot of these power-ups are going to be meaningless to a new player. But they're very legible. They're very... like once you try something out, you remember what it does the next time you try it. So yeah, really good, clear communication, visual communication. Innovative, certainly. Kart racers were not a thing. I can't tell you that kart racers did not exist full stop before this game. I haven't done the research. There's always a precursor to everything that you don't know about, but which is not always true. But when it is, it's a statement that you could make. I like the coin thing in this game, which they dropped in most Mario Karts, I want to say. Sorry, most Mario's Kart? The Mario's Car series. Took an emphasis on power-ups and just had, like, your stats are your stats. You're not going to get coins that make you faster. You're not going to lose coins and go slower. Ah! I like this stage because I've played Super Mario World and I know the ghost houses. I know Boo. I know Teresa. But even if you had no familiarity at all, like, oh, yeah, planks of wood, spooky sounds, ghosts in the background, I get it. I see what makes this track different from other tracks. Ah! And I haven't played, how fast does this game get? 150cc, 200cc? I haven't played it at its fastest since the Super Nintendo days when I would go to friends' houses who had unlocked the fast mode. and would say, like, here, kid who doesn't have a Super Nintendo, let's play this game that I've beaten. That you have barely played at all on the hardest difficulty. Anyway, my point is, this is really nice and slow on 50. As someone who's bad at this game, I appreciate it. I feel like I can think and I can plan, but it doesn't feel like torturous. I'm just dragging through this thing. It's not condescending or anything like that. And you really feel the weight of this heavy character. Long acceleration curve and inertia. Bumping the other characters out of the way. I don't give this game enough credit. Like when I was planning out the stream, looking through what games we have, I was like, do we need to play Mario Kart? Everyone's seen it. I have no particular interest in it. Now that I'm playing it, I'm really glad I am. And like, this song has gone on to be an enduring classic. And never fully clicked with this one. Get out of here, Monty Mole. I liked Mario Kart 64. Just, it was, that game is such a moment. We'll be playing that pretty soon. And then I didn't really like another Mario Kart until 8. How do I get rid of you? Will you leave me alone? Am I just permanently slow now? Even hit Luigi. Oh, go away from me. Right, I'm not even using my drifts. Disastrous. Ranked out. Alright, I am going to end that one there. That's a much better game, though, than I ever gave it credit for being. This game, I'd love to have my opinion turned around. I played just a minute of this morning, and liked it about as little as I did the first time I tried it. The thing you need to know about this game is it's a Super FX game. It has polygonal graphics, just like Star Fox. And I'm sure that was very impressive in 1994. Not so sure it's impressive at any other time in history. We'll see together. Look how slow this is. Was it worth it? These handful of polygons, was it worth it? It feels better than Club Drive. Because I'm just following a track instead of having to navigate an open space. They're not having to cheat on distances and geometry and stuff the way that sprite-based behind-the-back games of this era did. Get why a game like this was made. I didn't encounter it until... I don't know when I first saw this. I know I didn't play it until it came to Switch Online. Like, if I'd played this on a PC emulator, I would have said, oh, I guess Super FX emulation isn't there yet, or my computer can't handle this or something, because there's no way this ran like this on a Super Nintendo. But like Star Fox, that was the reason that chip got made. That is the showpiece for it. That's a game I didn't play in '94. I did not play the first Star Fox until after I had played Star Fox 64. Like, I was playing games at the time. I don't know how I missed it like that. I didn't have a Super Nintendo of my own. I guess my friends didn't have that particular game. Didn't see it in, or play it on a store demo kiosk. So I missed the time when that game was impressive. Because by the time I had played it, like, no, I have games with real polygons on hardware that can support it. Rank 2 out of 3. It's cool that they can do those kind of like zipping around views at the start and end. I don't know if I can change my camera angle while I'm playing. Unlike the Atari thing, this doesn't come with a manual or control guide or anything like that, so you have to look it up on your own or just press buttons and hope for the best. And yeah, those 2D sprites. Billboarding remained an important part of 3D games for a long, long time. Dolphins? Okay, I love this game now. Yeah, I'm pressing... Whoa! Splash! Oh, I just lose a life and start over. There's not even, like, Lackey 2 comes out and fishes you out of the water. Also, look at how much space on the screen is dedicated to not being the game screen. Yeah, we don't want to have to render full resolution here. Put it inside of a TV, inside of your TV. And then letterbox that, too. I'll say, great font and color choice on the timer up there. Your brain and your hands can adjust to this. It is playable. It's just... you could do better. Mario Kart, years earlier. Simpler tech. Way more fun. But like, I guess... for every negative thing I say about this, going to polygons opens up possibilities. Those banked angles. That's cool. You couldn't do that without polygons or without some very, very clever trickery. And the way your car explodes when you collide with something real good. I guess what I wonder is, could you get these benefits of polygons? Could you get the banking roads, the correct distances and scales and angles and stuff. Could you do all of that on a Super Nintendo in a cartridge that you could sell at a price that people would actually buy and have it run a little bit better than this? But then Atari put out a 64-bit console, which was not 64-bit by any kind of actual mathematics, but their marketing called it 64-bit, and they charged a premium price for it. And we saw what driving was like on that system, so cool, impressive, absolutely obsolete a year later. And look at that. Look at that claymation, and they have eyeballs instead of headlights. That's so cool. That's personality. It's the wildest race yet for 1 or 2 players. Can't get 2 players on F-Zero. This is a launch game for the Super Nintendo. I am not great at this game. But all the things I'm praising, the clever use of tech, the personality, the innovation, like, yo, this game is kind of amazing. And the music, the music. I did, when F-Zero 99 came out, I got pretty into that game, so hopefully I have some skills. Hopefully they transfer over to this one. I'm not playing as my character. That's a big difference. I'm not a Falcon guy. I'm a Samurai Goro guy. And first place. I'm beginner on track 1, but still doing good. These lavenders and periwinkles and like the electric lime green, pink power bar, little fins when I turn back and forth. This game has style. Will it blow any minds if I say that F-Zero is like F1, but zero gravity, because it's in space in the future? So I always felt like that was intuitively like, yes, it's like F1, but it's different. I'm not saying like the first time I ever heard that title, I put it all together, but the first time I put any thought into like F-Zero, what is this game, looked right into place, and it seems to be a thing where it's like Miles Tails Prower, which I read that when I was, I don't know, 6 or 7 and said like, oh, Miles Prower. And other people didn't get it. But then you get something like Phoenix Down from Final Fantasy, and you think, what in the world does that mean? Or at least I did, and some people got it right away. And it took me decades to finally realize, oh, no, I don't even think I put it together. I think it was something I heard somewhere. You don't get down from an elephant, you get down from a phoenix. Were these things ever mysteries? Were they ever complicated? Or were you just young and ignorant? Yeah, I definitely replayed these stages so many times in F-Zero 99, where there are differences. It's not like it's just that game, but with more players. There are significant differences to how that game plays. But I know where to turn intuitively now. I don't consistently do it in the way that I would like to do it, but maybe that's the secret to racing games. Maybe you just have to play them a lot. And like the last secret I discussed, not a secret at all. Like, yeah, duh. These aren't games that you're meant to just like get first place on your first try. Need to use up these boosts though now that I'm on my final lap. Didn't even so far ahead of everyone else. Stop paying attention. Eek. Oh, maybe I'm not that far ahead. Check, check, check. Am I getting this right? I think there are 4 opponents on Eek. Losing power, losing power. Oh, bad. I'm gonna, nope, I just like that, I lost the game. I could cheat and not mess up like that. Anyway, these yellow vehicles are just dummies. They're just there to get in your way. Have no bearing on the ranking, but I think it's a really clever idea. There's so many racing games, if they aren't absolutely filled with players, you're not running into that many other things on the road. So just throwing in a couple like, oh yeah, we got stuff here to mess you up. I'm gonna do 1 lap of Sand Ocean and then I call it on F-Zero. I think this is another one like Star Fox where I did not play this until after I'd already played F-Zero X on Nintendo 64, coming up soon. So I didn't get that moment of like Super Nintendo launch, wow, I'm going from NES to this. Or even like Sega Genesis / Mega Drive had already been out for a while before Super Nintendo. I don't think you're going to see anything like F-Zero on 16-bit Sega system. Would have been mind-blowing, but I never had the opportunity for it to blow my mind. Oh. Yes, you are correct about Phoenix Down. Like down like a duck feather. They have their downy feathers. It is the down from a phoenix. Phoenix of a down, if you will. Let's go straight from F-Zero to F-Zero. This is the game. I have always been completely terrible at this. But it has such style. It's so cool. look at all of that. See? This one. Yeah, I have a save where I have a sheet that unlocks everything. Okay, I guess that is all of the characters. Look at how many there are. It's comic book art for everybody. Backstories and all right, where's my guy? Fire Stingray, Samurai Goro, Novice. You want more speed? Do you want more acceleration? We're gonna go default. And everybody is on screen. We are at 60 frames per second. We have absolutely perfect, precise analog control. And we are taking advantage of the weird stuff you can do with polygons. This track is not flat mode 7. This is looping everywhere. I don't think we're going to see all of that in this first stage. No. This is a very tame introduction to what this game does. Soundtrack is fully going for it. Your boost now eats up your energy. So when you crash, collide with anything, you lose a little energy. So you can choose to just like, great, I'm gonna boost my way through this whole thing and never hit a wall. Okay, that's an option. And you fill it up again when you get to this pink spot. Or if you know you're gonna be doing a lot of collisions, maybe you don't use your boost at all. F-Zero GX seems to be the one where people are the most vocal, most diehard about loving it. Played a tiny bit of that game. Maybe it gets to the point where I would understand all the hype. But for me, like, this is the one. I find it prohibitively difficult, which kind of limits my love, but it's doing cool stuff. Plus, you got boost power. Apparently there's no boosting on the first lap, which is smart, because there are a lot of racing games where the right strategy is just do all your boosting right out of the gate, and then you don't have any obstacles in your way. Nobody is bumping with you and making things difficult. And so it makes the game more boring. Ah. Seven out of 30. I feel okay about that. Let's jump out of this and go to something where I die. Actually, oh no, we'll stick with novice difficulty, but difficult cup. Astro Robin, why not? Make things really hard on myself. So many vehicles. So many degrees to a turn, so much. Like F-Zero, it is digital controls. You are going left, you are going right. You can do a hard left to hard right. And the vehicle you pick is going to make some difference. You're going to get real separation across these 30 players in this game. I wonder what the popularity of F-Zero 99 is like, if there would ever be a market for an F-Zero X 99. First place. All right, there wasn't anything weird in that lap or that track though. I want the tubes. Where are my tubes? I think I saw one. Well, if nothing else, we have music. Pressing the wrong button for a boost. Yeah, there are no tubes here. Can we just, like, pick a stage? Sure. That sounds promising, and will be that one. Panda, hello! Yeah, this game gets nuts. Am I wrong though? I thought there were tubes where like you go on the outside of them. Like it is a full tube. You're not on the inside. You're like on the outer edge. All right. We have so many more games to play, and that's... I could play a lot more F-Zero X, but we're going to move along. Thank you for welcoming me to Mario Kart. Let's try a 100cc. We're not going to play a ton of this. That is not the Peach voice I know. Also, this was still in the early days of them calling her Peach in America, and I was still very confused. I was like, she's Princess Toadstool? Get it right. This is a game that is all sprites on the characters. Polygonal environments, but flat characters. It looks a little goofy on a high resolution display, but on a CRT is what you'd be playing. 640, or not even 640 by 480. I guess the TV itself would be 640 by 480. The output would be even less. This looked pretty good. The car, don't hit that car, or the bus. Alright, I'm not using my drifts again, like in Super Mario's car. The really arbitrary time to use them. Beep. The weird thing about this game, which you'll forget if you haven't played it in a while, I'm pretty sure multiplayer does not have music. The Nintendo 64, if I'm remembering all of this correctly, didn't have the kind of dedicated sound hardware that most consoles have. And so it took up like 10% of the processing power or something for basic music. I'm getting so many of the details about this wrong, but yes, there were technical reasons like putting two players in control of the game at once and rendering their display was so intensive that in order to get it to run correctly, they had to, or 4 players, I guess. Yeah, this was the showcase for 4-player games. If you were playing this with 4 players, you were making so much noise that you didn't even notice that there wasn't music. Ah! Us just took out 3 of us. It's surprising. I don't know if I've ever played Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64 almost back-to-back like this. A race seems so much longer. Those Mario Kart tracks are so compact. Like, I'm playing on 100cc, and I was playing that on 50cc, and that still seemed to move a lot quicker than this. Yeah, there's that. I absolutely did not know about drifting boosts until Mario Kart Wii, maybe? No, I think Mario Kart DS was the first time I ever heard about, like, yeah, you hold your drift and then you, like, I knew there was a button that made you jump, and I thought that seemed kind of pointless in a racing game. Except for... Okay, I'm gonna... There we go. That's a lap of that. Just real quick. Let's see. Mario, whatever. Not the one that I want. Yeah. See if I still remember how to do this. This was the primary appeal of jumps to me. And this game was new. That doesn't look like... It's gonna take me a minute to find this spot. I think there are multiple spots. Right here. Ah, looking. This looks good. Not it. Ooh, I feel good about this. Let's see. There we go. Yes, I've always found that highly entertaining. And here's a game I think I've turned on once when I got added to this service a month ago, 2 months ago. So I have no real feelings on this. I guess Ridge Racer was like a huge deal for the original PlayStation. It was an early racing game. It was like an example of, wow, look what racing games can be. By the time it came to N64, I don't feel like that was a draw. But then, I don't know, like this is a long-running series. People like those. I'm not of the opinion that Nintendo software technology makes a lot of great games. So how much of this is the original... oh, I'm picking my track. How much of this is the original Namco game and how much of it is their contribution? I have no idea. Seems very solid. It's certainly, of the N64 racing games you could play, I guess of the maybe not realistic, arcade realistic, actual cars on roads. Cruis'n USA, Cruis'n World, Beetle Adventure Racing for sure. I think I would rather have any of those probably. You can also certainly do a lot worse. I have some NASCAR game from EA, I want to say. And that is really atrocious. I hate that game. We will not be seeing it today. I have that on my physical cartridge for my actual Nintendo 64, which is not hooked up to this system right now. That's a bad game. And then you get into the unrealistic stuff, which is generally my preference, like Diddy Kong Racing. That's the best you can do on a Nintendo 64. One of the best you can do on any platform. Or like Aero Gauge. You can play as a Nintendo 64 controller. You're just a Nintendo 64 controller racing. It's amazing. This just feels like a very solid driving game. Looks good, feels good, no complaints. There is something kind of weird and twitchy. It does have that, like a little bit of that. It's not full PlayStation jank where that stupid platform can't do the calculations correctly. And so everything is constantly warping around, but there is a weird jitter to this. Maybe it's intentional. Maybe that's just supposed to be like the rumble of the car on the road. The engine and the terrain. Because the environment seems to be perfectly stable. I have no beef with this. This is good. If I have another lap, I do want to see. There are some wooden crates that I keep passing. And I want them to be a shortcut, and I have no idea if they're a shortcut. Uh-oh, fourth place. Uh-oh, uh-oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. No. Give it another shot. It's okay. Were there any other... Extreme G is a racing game. Iggy's Wrecking Balls is it? Let's and 1080 even, and Excite Bike 64. There really is a lot of Wave Race. That's a game. Ah, the music was racing games don't give me a lot of opportunities to look at chat. Let me catch up here. Music was better for Wave Race and or not Wave Race, Wipeout and Ridge Racer on PlayStation. That would make sense. Diddy Kong Racing, yes, a lot of games did do some like Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. That's a good kart racer, and that has you turning into different vehicles, so you get to fly and do boats and cars all in the same race. It's a fun system. Like, the adventure mode in Diddy Kong Racing is so shallow and pointless, and it's also so cool that it exists. Just give me a hub world and let me drive around and find a couple of secrets, and I'm very happy. Oh, yeah. Choro Q, Penny Racer. Those are... Some of the games in that series are nothing at all, but some of them are really neat. Some of them are like a full adventure game. We'll just do one race of this.
Select your watercraft, please.
Normal.
Welcome to
Good looking crowd.
Beach.
Need a point to advance. There is so much going on with this game, and I probably don't remember any of how it works. Brought up NST, Nintendo Software Technology, because they brought Ridge Racer to 64. They made the sequel to this on GameCube, and I think that is a very bad game. Looked kind of incredible because it's a launch game, and it's just like, hey, guess what we can do with water physics now? And like, yeah, you can do a lot of water physics on a GameCube compared to any point in video game history before that. But I do not like playing that game one bit. This is just such a pleasant ride that, like, super cheesy music, the vibrant blue skies, blue water, rolling waves, sandy beaches, and green foliage. Excited announcer. And Kawasaki branding, which they took out on the Wii and I think Wii U Virtual Console releases of this game, but they brought it back for Switch. Glad they did that licensing. It's just not Wave Race without Kawasaki. Anyway, we have so many more games to play and limited time to see them all. We're gonna kind of lightning round the rest of these N64 games. This game is so good once you get the hang of it. And every time I put it down and then come back and try it again, like, wait, how do I be good at this? Yeah, there were Sonic and All-Stars Racing. There were some characters that were platform specific. So I have the PC version, but like the Xbox 360 one, you could play as Banjo and Kazooie. But like they fully lean into all of the silliness of like obscure Sega Saturn games getting represented. It's a cool game. And it plays well. Alright, so we have a lot of the mechanics of original Excitebike here. It is still accelerate and high temperature acceleration. And getting the angles on your landings and your takeoffs. And let's see, oh, I messed up the... Eek. Somehow we can do tricks. How do we do tricks? Oh, but make sure you finish your trick before you land. Yeah, I totally wrecked this whole run. Eek. I don't know that there's any reason to do a trick on a race. There are times when that is the point, but this is not that time. And then this also has like all kinds of wacky minigame modes. It has a soccer mode, which is something you saw on a number of N64 games. Buck Bumble had a soccer mode. So when Rocket League came out and people were like, oh, car soccer, I was like, yeah, no, we did a lot of that like 20 years ago. What do you... It's cool. I get why you want it. It's always been a good thing. Ooh, this one has no fear presentation. Really losing it on those little bumps. Left Field tried to make... they didn't have the Excitebike license after this game. But they tried to make some spiritual successors. There was like Nitro Bike on Wii. And that is atrocious. That is an irredeemable game. I wish I could be more specific, but I put it down so quickly that I really can't. Yeah, cooling my engine with water. Right. One. more little note on this game, and then we move on to another one. Still has high res mode. He is that. I should have done this on the same race I just did. I feel like there is a performance hit when you play in high-res mode, but I might be wrong. It might just be like, oh, do you want the game to look better? Because we can do that. All right. Another game, another game, another game. Need to start limiting myself to like one track. Tommy Hilfiger. Match race sounds fine. People always talk about like what character do you want to see in Smash Brothers? I have always said we need Rob Haywood. I believe he's also in Wave Race. So, like, yeah, the ultimate athlete. Put Rob Haywood in Smash Brothers, you cowards.
Ready? Go!
I don't fully understand this game. I've always liked it, kind of, but like once SSX came along, I was like, oh no, that's what I want out of snowboarding. Absolutely nothing else. But this game is good because you can unlock Iceman, who is a character made out of ice, and you can get the best board in the game is a penguin, and you just snowboard on a penguin, and that's very good. Oh, right. You have to lean to go fast. That's why I'm losing so badly. You don't need to do none of this jumping. Oh! Thing is trouble. That's tricky. A two-person race. Like, you are in first place or you are in last place, and those are the options. This is another one that I own on a physical cartridge. Did not buy it, just inherited it from a family friend. Single player, shoot 'em up, I guess is what I want. Blaze. I don't know. How many Extreme Gs were there? There were at least 3. I don't think they ever got to a 4th. Oh, that's my accelerate. Got it. So this game's kind of cool because it's very fast and you get to kill guys. How do I shoot? There's how I shoot. Really don't love playing N64 games on a Switch controller. I know they have that N64 controller for Switch, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should get one. Maybe it's worth it. When they first started selling them, it's expensive, and the supplies were very limited. To be on like waiting lists or something just to get a chance to buy one. And the N64 selection was not so big. More games now, but I would want two. I would want two so you can play the two controller mode on GoldenEye. The two player, or two controllers for single player mode. I had a friend who had, still have the friend. I'll be attending his wedding in a couple of months. But a friend who had a, have you seen this controller? Somebody could probably find it. It is just, it's a stick. The standard N64 controller, I'm gonna quit this game. Standard N64 controller was 3 prongs. This one was just one long prong for racing games. It had like an analog accelerator underneath, like your Z button, and it had a wheel, just a tiny little wheel, not much bigger than like the section where the C buttons go. And the C buttons were actually on top of the wheel, so like you would hold the thing in one hand and you'd press A and B and do your accelerate and brake and stuff on one hand, and then you would turn this wheel and hit the C buttons on it on the other hand. And it was one of the silliest game controller designs around. And we, like, he didn't have 4 controllers, so when we would have a bunch of people playing games together, someone would get stuck with the steering wheel controller, and it would be impossible, but also really funny. All right, this is a game that was a really big hit in my friend circle. Like, I had a bunch of friends who just kept renting this game, and I've always hated it. There's an idea here. There is a very cool concept. There is an okay concept. Multiplayer platform racer is something. I am not number 1. I am second place. Let's get to a slightly more involved course than that. Characters, voices, everything visually, audibly, aesthetically, all of it. Ew. Say it's fun to play. Weird sloppy thing.
Victory for the Big Kahuna!
Victory for the Big Kahuna. Like a grappling hook platformer, and it's 4-player multiplayer, and it's a race, and you're putting that analog stick to use by aiming your grappling hook exactly where you want to go. There are pieces of this. I can imagine a good version of this game. Don't like this game. Never, ever have. So what else is next? So in the late days of the Nintendo 64, we got the Game Boy Advance. which brought back a renaissance in the racing style of the Super Nintendo. Games like Mario's Car and F-Zero. Oh, I missed a Snowboard Kids reference. N64 was just a really good time for racing games. As someone who, like, racing games have never been my thing, N64, suddenly you have 4-player, you have analog controls, you have polygons, and racing is kind of, racing video games have kind of matured in a way where, like, you have your serious racing sims, you have your kart racers, you have your arcade games, you have your futuristic games and your cartoon games, and yeah, like there was it was a really cool time for racing games. So Uniracer was a Rockstar game, and then they got it was developed by Rockstar, published by Nintendo, and they got sued by Pixar, I want to say is the lineage there. Iggy is... It's the guy who is Jules Watcham or something. Currently at Atui, which is like Mutant Max, Mutant Muds, whatever that series is, and Chicken Wiggle, and he's an Austin, Texas guy who was a very big self-promoter, and I don't say that in a negative way. He was out there hustling and telling people that he was doing big, important indie work. And before that was at Iguana, making stuff like Iggy's Wrecking Balls, and I think he might have been in Turok and others. I've just never been into any of his stuff, but he has fans for sure, and he is still out there. All right, let's see this game. Here we go. Right away, some pretty big advancements over Super Nintendo, while also very recognizably like... Oh, look, this one has coins even. This is only the third Mario Kart, isn't it? Yeah, like there was nothing on Game Boy. One on Super Nintendo, one on 64. There wasn't an arcade game until the GameCube game. The color depth and the resolution on these sprites is not great, but also it was made to be seen on a Game Boy Advance screen. So perfectly adequate. But like this is, as far as the design and animation, step up from the N64. N64 sprites were just bitmaps of polygonal models. And I suspect that that's what's going on here as well. These don't look hand-drawn to me. But lots of personality in them. so much of the appeal of Game Boy Advance was, or at least the thing you heard people say about it, and still often hear people say about it. It's like, oh, this is like I can put a Super Nintendo in my pocket, and I always loved 2D games, and post Super Nintendo, those games were largely out. And so it's the renaissance of that era. So my question as I'm playing this is like, is this doing anything new? Is this where does this fit into the Mario Kart pantheon? Is it just a retread? Is it a sequel to Mario Kart 64? And I don't know, like it is the Game Boy Advance game. It is technically much closer to the Super Nintendo game than the N64 game. It is drawing somewhat on what that 64 game did. But it's not really like advancing it. It's not moving in a new direction, but it's not a total nostalgic throwback either. It's not simplified to be a handheld game. The pace and scale isn't really any different than what you would expect. I don't know. It is simply the game for that time and hardware. Wait, was that a launch game, or was that a little bit later? I think that might have been slightly after. I think F-Zero Maximum Velocity maybe was a launch. Maybe they both were. And then there was also Konami Crazy Racers. The Wind Walker, I can't resist that. Wait, when did this come out? Was this years before Wind Waker was even announced? Whoa, I'm getting annihilated. Is it my vehicle selection? Is it my lack of familiarity with this course? Is this game controlled that differently than other F-Zeros? What is... like, I'm just sliding all over. Or is it because I loaded a save and I'm not starting on stage 1? I need to use my brakes more. I don't know what's going on, but I am stinking. Yeah, I'm aware of the low power. Don't gotta tell me. Ah, and I missed most of the recharge thing. I don't like how this game sounds, and I don't think the colors are as appealing as the Super Nintendo game. And this also appears to be polygonal graphics pressed down to sprites, and then using sprite rotation. I don't think it's a very clean look. Yeah, this one feels like a miss for me. don't love the constant beeping. I understand the need for a warning, but 6th place, you lose. Let's just quickly check. I make another one. 0. Alt, vehicle, beginner. Is that the first? Okay, no, this is different, right? I must have quit when I got to the part where the game got too hard for me. We still have 2 more Game Boy Advance F-Zeros, so... F-Zero? Wait, oh, this is still this course. This is course 1. Absolutely feels easier now that I have gone through it once, and I feel like this ship is a better fit for me. Still, that is a harsh start. And like Mario Kart, this is the 3rd game in the series. I guess in Japan there was the 64 disk drive version of F-Zero X, which is just like F-Zero X, but also they added a bunch of stuff to it. So it's still the first or the 3rd game. This one just feels like we made another one of those Super Nintendo games, but worse. I don't care for that.
Select your mode.
This one has speech and has a story. Guess I'm Rick Wheeler numbered. Wait. And I choose to... This was a tie-in with the animated series? And also Zoda is in it from Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge? Wait, was Zoda in Star Tropics 1? He would have to be, wouldn't he? I got right to the end of Star Tropics 1, and then it was too hard and I quit. Hold up a sec. Hey, my name is Captain Falcon. So, yeah, if you want story, there's a lot of F-Zero lore out there. F-Zero GX has full animated story cutscenes.
3, 2, 1, go! You've got a new booster.
Oh, cool. Right angles. Cool. This is so mean. Rank 3 out of 3, huh? You don't say. I guess that was the draw. That's always what turned me off of this series, because I like the aesthetic, and yeah, like when you're cooking with it, it's cool. Feels fun. So fast, and
Select your mode.
this boost is up. Did not catch that. And we have, oh, we have an attack in this
Select
one.
your mode. Choose your difficulty.
Let's
knowledge.
just try
Select your bronze cup. Choose
beginner.
your vehicle.
we have right at the start. Yeah, when I do hear from F-Zero diehards, though, like, it's so hard. It seems to be the thing they love about it the most. And that is the part where I'm like, nah, thanks, though.
Go.
Yeah, okay, this... This isn't really anything you couldn't do on
4 laps to go.
the Super Nintendo. Like this could be straight out of that game. Some minor visual and audio differences, but and using a controller with fewer buttons, but
3 laps to go.
this is fine. This is enjoyable. What was that right angle nonsense before? All right, let's move on to the next one.
F-Zero Climax. Select your mode.
And then I guess this one just came out in Japan. Why cannot I pick B? Oh,
Select your mode.
Grand Prix.
Grand Prix.
I don't know what was happening there.
Select your difficulty. Bronze Cup. Choose your vehicle. Fire Stingray.
I'm gonna keep doing the same vehicle just for comparison's sake. This track looks like it has some new detail on it. Like,
1.
this looks nice.
You're holding a lead.
Hooray! Are there other racers? Oh, no, there are 24 racers. Okay. So holding the lead does actually mean something. Ah. And that lead is gone.
2 laps to go. You've got a new booster. You've got it. There's another racer on your tail. Final lap.
This is kind of neat. This might be
You're moving up. Take it easy.
this might be what you want from a 2D F-Zero.
Way to go.
Like a million racers, so yeah, you're probably not going to get first place, but
Go.
you're not going to be at the back of the pack either, most likely. It's feels good, looks good, sounds pretty good. Game Boy Advance had kind of weak audio capabilities, but yeah, fine. That's fine. We don't have that much time left, so I'm going to keep going on the F-Zero train. This is not officially F-Zero, but they very much wanted to make an F-Zero, so much so that they got the announcer from F-Zero X.
Subsonic. Silicon.
This was the first Switch game I got. And then I got Zelda's Wild Breath very shortly after, but this was the first. What's the one that I like? No, I'll just go with one. Vulcan would have been a good choice too. That's their fake Captain Falcon. So we're now at the end of the Switch. And this game still looks great. Wait, how do I... A is accelerate. It's fine. I need to reset just because I didn't know how to go. So I collect these little ball things, they give me boost. There are these pads. If I hit X, I switch between orange and blue. And if you are the same color as the pad, that's good. If you're not, that's bad. And I like just about everything about this game, except how difficult it is. Because that's what the fans want. And that's what the fan games are like.
Only 2 laps to go.
I should be using my boost more.
Legendary.
Yeah. Fast RMX, which is the sequel to Fast. I guess RMX is like remix. But they are not lying about this Fast thing.
It's the final.
This is just like, I am so locked in with this game right now. Had a really terrible start, and now first place is in view.
You reached first place.
Look at all that pink, the blue and the orange. White, the bloom lighting, the... Yeah, Wii U is where Fast came out, and then this is the sequel. Let's see one lap of this before we move on to maybe our final game.
2, 1.
So I missed my perfect takeoff. Look how good this game looks. Out my face.
Only 2 laps to go.
Let's, just for fun,
Supersonic.
like I haven't even unlocked the last set of Iceland. Why not? It's the one I want.
Vulcan Capital.
is Shinen up to these days? That's the developer. Their games are always just like the most technically incredible things. There are the tubes I'm talking about from F-Zero X. Yes! Wow! Yee! No! Things have gone very bad. Yeah. Yeah, the difficulty. So absurd. I wish I were actually good enough to play this game, because I really love it. But can't keep up. I feel like we've really taken a turn toward F-Zero here, so download first. Hopefully this isn't long. If it is, then we skip that. Yeah, those early days were... Wow, like you didn't know. Like Wii U... People overstate what a disaster it was, but it wasn't a success. It wasn't what they wanted it to be or what it should have been or could have been. Switch was not a guaranteed hit. And it wasn't just the successor to Wii U, it was also the successor to 3DS, but like 3DS had a really weak start. It was a disappointment compared to DS in terms of its popularity. And so like Switch came out and like, what? How is this gonna go? And then they opened up the gates on that eShop and said, yeah, anything. You can do anything you want. This thing, like, I don't know, if you're making the most advanced game in the world, you might have to make some compromises here, but you can put anything on here. We have the same buttons as everyone. It's a handheld. It's a console. Have at it. Not a lot of people playing F-Zero 99 right now. I don't like multiplayer games. I don't really care one way or another about racing games. When this came out, it just, and like battle royales also, these 99 games, like I don't care. This one really, really worked for me. And F-Zero also, like not a series I care about. I was playing this every day for I don't know how long, probably a couple months. I would play at least a race a day. And now I don't even remember which button accelerates. I love this just absolutely clogged track. And if you... I should probably not do too much risky stuff. You miss the track, if you crash and you're out, like, you just... That's it, you're out. People will attack you. Ah. So I'm getting little yellow things fall out anytime anyone gets hit. And you also get a big bonus if you knock someone out entirely. When you get enough of those, you go up to that Sky World thing. F-Zero X rules, where your boost and your energy are the same bar. So, really not in any position to boost anymore. Didn't I just blow someone up? Shouldn't I have gotten some recovery for that? Listen to me doing this spin attack thing. You get one of those, and then it recovers every time you go up a ramp. There are some games where, like, bot AI players they're fine. They're like, it doesn't make any difference whether you're playing against real people or bots. This game is a lot more fun when you have a bunch of human beings and, like, some of them play obsessively and they have just, like, mastered every little curve, and you have little kids who don't know what they're doing, and, like, oh, there's someone at the door, I have to set down my controller. And so, like, just the chaos of it makes this game a lot more fun when you have a full room. Yeah, that game's neat. And they have all kinds of events and things which will attract a bigger audience. Just real quick, earlier this week, there was I think it's still ongoing, but there was a bundle, 6 games, $2. I already own 2 of the games, so 50 cents a pop, plus 2 games I already owned. These 6 games right here, I'm going to spend like a minute in each of these just because buying this, the value, the curiosity is what got me to make the purchase. But then after I got it, that's what got me thinking, like, oh, maybe I should do like a racing game thing this week. It's my grandpa's birthday. Happy birthday, Grandpa. So this is a game that I have played a lot, but not in a very long time. Oh no, I have motion controls on. Just turning the stick and, like, why is it not? And can't change to regular controls without getting out of the game. Ultra casual runner type thing. Like, it has a little style, funky soundtrack, nice color scheme, great big outlines. Oh no, didn't want that. I am hitting every one of these oil slicks. Right against the, oh. That's built off. Try one more time. Complete 3 missions. What are my missions? There you go. I feel like I'm tighter on the control. Something here where you can knock out other cars. Yep, there we go. That cops. Taking down a car when you're in the oncoming lane is quite difficult. Get those near miss bonuses. Yeah, super casual, but like that's a fun game. Oh, there are my missions. Get a high score. Buggy off-road racing. Morning commute PvP mode, yes. Yeah, Interstate 76, for sure. Played just a little bit of this. This was going to be the entire stream, these 6 games, and I was like, this is kind of thin. I don't know if I want to turn that into 3 hours. Oh, right, okay, so this is auto acceleration, and then press a button for boost, and I think there's a button for brake. And this has traditional stick and button controls and tilt controls, and then it also has touchscreen controls, so I feel like that maybe tells us something about the origin of this game. Like, totally unambitious. Bunch of sketchy DLC. Pay $1 for a different color for your car or something. But as a game that cost me 50 cents, I'm satisfied. This is fun. Does the job. I want to kind of feather these turns a little bit. If you hold it too hard, you do a huge drift. So maybe even like a little braking. You don't want to hold the brake too much because then you lose all your speed, but I had this figured out when I was playing it before. Not much to it, but enough to keep your brain and your thumbs going. And the boosts are something you buy when you upgrade your vehicle between rounds. So like you can't recover them. Just have a finite number, and it's based on how much money you want to invest in that. This feels like Creative Commons royalty-free, technically music. Nothing too special going on in any of these 3D assets. I don't know if they're available on an asset shop or if they modeled these, but like, either way, whatever. Like boxy little buggies and desert landscape with oh no, not want to restart. Anyway, we don't need to play more of that, and you will see why very shortly. I don't know Death Rally well enough to tell you that answer. F1 racing. Font choices. Oh, I have to accelerate in this game. Let's try it. This just looks cheap. Not even bad, like, there's some lighting here, there are enough polygons. These cars. But none of it looks like intentional, impressive. Let me draw distance on that landscape in the background. So I'm accelerating, I'm braking, I'm turning. That seems to be the extent of it. Eep, not braking hard enough. Really wide, flat, dull roads, which is probably the way F1 actually works. I'm not familiar enough. And stretches without seeing another racer. Yeah, it's just a flat game, but I'm not having a bad time. I can see myself playing more of this. Responsive and like, if I don't like the way things are going, I can play the race a couple times, accumulate some money, make some upgrades. Work out. There's a noticeable lack of rumble in this. Whole audio presentation, like engine noise, generic clanging, collision sound, technically music. Don't go on the eShop and buy the deluxe edition at full price, but 6 of these for $2, I have no complaints. I have complaints, but they're not so serious that I'll probably play more. I would disagree with the Dreamcast comment. I feel like Dreamcast games generally, the quality on a lot of those racing games is quite low, but the ambition is a bit higher. Like, games were difficult and expensive to make, and you had to get a publisher to get it on shelves, and you had to press it to a disc, and so like, you had to try a little bit more, and maybe you weren't there with it. Like, that seems like a game that was intended to be put out for cheap or free on phones. So yes, it does in some ways feel like a game that is a quarter of a century old, but also a little different. So this game is a cartoony kart racer, and it is exactly the same as the other game where you just boost and brake and acceleration is done automatically. Did we already hear this music today? Or did I just hear it the last time I played it? I don't know. Just music. 5 laps is a lot of laps. I'm gonna finish this one just because I want to go into the store and spend my earnings. See if it changes anything. But after that, we will move on to We have two? Yeah, we have two left. And also go quickly. And then we'll raid somebody. If anyone you like is online right now and you want to give them a little raid and open suggestions, otherwise I will check who my people are. We're done with all this. Maybe it's too early to be getting into those sign-offs and thanks for watching, but hey, now you did it. There you go. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next week. My birthday is Tuesday. It is April Fool's Day. It's a fine day for playing something stupid. And also, we have that Switch 2 reveal the next day, and then Thursday is my normal streaming day. So, I don't know. Maybe I take those portions of the week to just enjoy myself. Oh, right. I have no upgrades, and I already won by that much. Okay, whatever. We don't need to. We get what that game is. Thank you for the happy birthday if I don't catch you. I'm not turning 90 or nothing. I want to say they gave this one away for free like 2 or 3 years ago, and I played it and I said and then deleted it and haven't touched it since then. So I really don't know what we're getting into with real drift racing. Just jump in. We're in the Docklands, the United Kingdom. Look at all those cars I can't have. I'll just pick the best one that I have. I want to get 3 stars because that's 800. Okay, A is accelerate. Hey, I know this song. Whoa, and we are drifting. Oh, the X means wrong way. Okay, so go this way. No, nope. Is the goal to get as many points as I can within 2 minutes? Is there a way to just go straight, build up into speed? I don't understand what any... Oh yeah, let's see that quality. Go forward. Sell it. Oh! Okay, now the accelerate button is R instead of A. I thought maybe like, oh, I just hadn't pressed R and so I was doing it wrong all along and A is something else. No, this is still spin out mode. But how about that quality? Is there an option to make this into a quality video game? I'll take any graphics you want to throw at me, but do not want it to play like this. Yes, take me to the main menu. I am hitting that tutorial. What is this? The original Garfield Kart was 3DS. Huh. I've only played Garfield Kart on my personal computer. Just park your car at parking spot before you. Car must face the same direction as the arrow on the ground. R is accelerator. No, I don't want to reverse. I just want to brake. We have brakes. We can have a lot of views, and they're all bad. Don't. Can we brake? Is that an option? What is this game? Now do it in the time limit. Yeah, good luck, me. Out of time. Try again. Oops! That one feels very out of place. All these other games, so basic, so casual, so beginner friendly. What was that? Stop me if you've heard this one before. I said heard, but I think that the music is the only thing that's different here. And also, motorbikes, not F1 cars. The grass has been paved, so I can go over these corners. Well, they slow me down a little bit, but it's a different game. This is 6 games in one. $40 value is something. And this is the Switch. This is... Did you watch that Switch Direct this morning? Because I thought it was awesome. It was not a lot of, like, high-profile system sellers, giant budgets. Like, that stuff was in there. Metroid Prime 4 is looking great. It has psychic powers and a chosen one narrative. The most important things. That's what separates Metroid from all other games is psychic power. No, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond looks outstanding. It looks like exactly what Metroid Prime ought to look like. And then all the weirdo stuff that, like, yeah, I want new Tomodachi Life. Yeah, I want new Rhythm Heaven. Yeah, I want new Fantasy Life. And then, like, all the very unexpected, like, Patapon and or even the very expected, the games that are obviously coming everywhere that were announced forever ago. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD looks dope. Some RPGs and visual novel adventure game. Like, there is a lot of great stuff coming to Switch this year and next year. And why not? They sold 1 billion of these things. Like, they've already been running games that were a generation behind what is technically possible, and like games that are coming out on multiple systems. Like, people are still buying them on Switch, so yeah, why not have that kind of support? I think it is really great and especially since there's backwards compatibility on Switch 2, and I'm really hoping that there will be some improvements on the backwards compatibility, so like upscale, or like maybe some free updates. Here are the textures that are higher resolution or whatever. New shaders if you're playing on Switch 2. Like, most games are multi-platform, and most games already run at a higher version, so make those files free. No idea whether or not that is going to be happening, but it'd be cool. Alright, I don't know who this is, but I feel like this is the right raid. Unless, let me just check the chat. Nobody recommended anyone else. Digital game card thing? Yeah, like, smart way to do that. It'd be nice to be able to send a game to a friend who is not a family member and is not on any shared plan, who lives in another city or state. Be able to like pass along a game that they can borrow for a little bit, but I get why they won't go that far with it. I think that this is a pretty good solution. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the future of Switch and its successor. But this is a show about looking backward more than forward, but also looking forward and at the present. And let's raid this person, whoever they are. There's a warning on this one. Drugs, intoxication, tobacco use, profanity, or vulgarity. So do not raid with us if you don't want any of that. I already clicked on them, so let's just... I'm ready to see what they have to offer. Thanks for watching. Bye.